Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into my video. My name is Tiffany, as many of you know, but for those of you who don't, nice to meet you. In this video today, I am going to talk about my experience as far as getting engaged, being engaged, and being a bride-to-be, and a little bit about what marriage is like. My purpose for this video is twofold. I have people who have asked questions about what it felt like during his proposal, what it was like being engaged, what it was like planning a wedding, and people always ask me now, like, what's it like being married? How's married life? And then there are people who just, like they want to be nosy. So this video could also be for those people. So I got engaged on June 16th of 2018, and I got married on December 29th of 2018. So on June 16th of 2018, my now husband, then boyfriend, proposed to me at a large graduation party. It was a grad party to celebrate my brother and sister graduating from high school and me graduating from college, and it was a total surprise. I have a video about that, and if you'd like to hear the video, I'll make sure I tag that below or above. But it was at a graduation party and it was a total surprise. I did not see it coming, not from the little hints or the little weird things that were off in interactions, not even when everyone was standing around us with their phones like recording us. I was just completely clueless. So the first question submitted about being engaged was, did we buy a house while we were engaged, and how did we go about that process? So during our engagement, we did go house hunting. And to give you a little bit of background information about how buying a house begins, you'll first need to find a mortgage officer who will get information from the two of you and run your credit and get a pre-approval for you. And that pre-approval is the amount that a bank may be willing to offer you for a mortgage. So say you're pre-approved for $200,000. You take this pre-approval, you find a realtor, and the realtor will send you or maintain a list of properties that fit that budget and also fit any other preferences you may have for a house or a condo, a townhouse, or rancher, any other kind of property that you're looking for. So you set times to go visit properties, and if you like something, you'll put in an offer or a deposit, and you wait for the seller to accept that, and then you move forward. We went through this process of finding a property, visiting a property, putting in an offer for about, we started in like June or July, and we went another direction in about October. So 10 minus 6 is 4. So about 4 months. And that could be a short period of time for some people. There are people who do find their dream home or suitable home in that time period, but we did not. There were properties that we liked from the outside, but they didn't really look nice on the inside, or properties that were really nice as far as the exterior and the interior, but we didn't really like the neighborhood as far as raising kids or even just, getting out your car at 10 p.m. at night. So what ended up happening was that in October, I just said, hey, like if we don't find anything at the end of October, we should probably just consider an apartment, because you should allow 30 to 45 days for settlement. And that is like the time between when the seller accepts your offer and you do all the paperwork, blah, 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 like the house is finally yours. And there is a time frame for certain things to take place. So just thinking, if our wedding was December 29th of 2018, from October to December, like that was a comfortable time frame for settlement to take place. And so if nothing was found, then settlement would have been a rush, or we wouldn't have had something by the time our wedding took place or soon after. So we did not give up the dream of owning a home, but temporarily we took another route so that we had someplace to live. Another question that was submitted about being engaged was whether or not I was nervous about getting married at such a young age. And the answer is not really. So my age didn't have anything to do with my nerves. It was really amazing and a blessing to meet someone while I was young. We were in the 9th grade when we met, who also desired marriage and prioritized meeting people and finding out whether they were suitable for marriage. Maybe suitable sounds like such a harsh word, but neither one of us really just dated just to date, like, oh, I'm bored, you bored, like, let's just hang out. But like, do I like spending time with you? Do I see a long-term relationship with you? Do I see you in my future? Do I see myself being married to you? Those types of questions were questions that we would ask ourselves when we dated people. So when we were together, yes, we enjoyed spending time together. Yes, we wanted a long-term relationship, and yes, we wanted to be married. And we also saw that with each other. And so here we is. As far as being a bride-to-be, I had a really, really great support system. As far as planning goes, decorating goes, setup goes, I had an amazing amount of help. And it was so great to see how many people loved me and were willing to sacrifice their time to help. And I'm still so grateful for how much help I received just from the kindness of their hearts. One of the questions that I got about being a bride-to-be was whether or not I had a hard time doing the seating arrangement. I first want to say that we had our ceremony and our reception at the same venue. So it was set up with banquet tables, like round banquet tables, and we had a center aisle and a dance floor. So we recessed in, recessed out, and we all had our dance floor. So nobody really left or had to travel anywhere. We didn't have arranged seating, but we did have reserved seats or reserved tables, and that would be for my husband and I, of course, for the bridal party and for our grandparent. We also had more than enough seats available, so it wasn't like musical chairs or anything. So if there was a table with people whom you didn't want to sit with, you could go sit at another table or something like that. I would say that if you do have potential conflicts within the family, that maybe that family member or those family members and their plus ones, whether it be spouse, fiance, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, they could sit together, sit with their plus one, but swap tables. So maybe if it's in each of your immediate families, perhaps the two couples could just swap and sit with the in-laws rather than their immediate family. Just an idea so that you can kind of keep everyone happy or keep conflict to a minimum. But I believe that on your wedding day that people kind of come together and make things not about them, and that's my hope as well. Another question that was submitted about being a bride-to-be was whether I had any fears while planning, and the answer is absolutely. So plenty of people get married in shorter amounts of time than we did, but there are also the majority of people who get married a year out from their engagement. But with our 6 months, there was limited planning and it was often crunch time. I was concerned about whether my dress would still fit after months of getting it and the alterations. Was I gonna get super fat out of nowhere? I was concerned about tripping down the aisle. Were my decorations gonna be done? Was the cake gonna come on time? Were people gonna arrive to their respective locations on time? Were their blues gonna match our blues? Even though we said royal blue, did you really get royal blue? Did you get your shoes in time? Wait, you're saying that your hairstyle is not gonna be here till when? Your makeup, all those kinds of things were fears that I had. And my coordinator would just say, you know, like, it's all gonna come together, like, don't worry. And I know one time she sat me down and she was like, it's gonna come together. Plenty of family members did that for me. They're like, it's gonna work out. And it did. It did. My ceremony, my reception, so beautiful. And when I say my, I mean our, but it was so beautiful. Another question that I got as far as being a bride-to-be was whether or not I hired a wedding planner. Yes, I did hire a wedding planner and she was amazing. She had a wedding planning business in the past and had planned several weddings. And so I knew that she would be really great at what I had asked her to do. All she really did was ask me for a theme, for some colors, show me some ideas, and I'd be like, you got it, you got it. Like I really didn't need her to show me anything because I trusted that much. I trusted her that much and knew that it would be beautiful, and she did not disappoint at all. So I would encourage you, if you can get a wedding planner, it really helps, but you don't need a wedding planner. I'm sure that most of you have many people who are willing to help, whether it be friends or family. However, if you do plan this wedding on your own, there are plenty of books that are great aids. And I will provide a link to a book that I did purchase. I didn't use it because I did get a wedding planner, but it was really detailed, from listing every little detail as far as flowers and the time frame and the timeline. Really, really great detailed book. Also, for any future brides-to-be who are currently watching this video, or anyone who just may be interested, at the end of the video I will insert several tips about planning a wedding or things to keep in mind and things that I wish I knew. As far as being married goes, the most common question that I get when I see people is, what's it like being married? How's married life? And the best way to sum it up is that it is a humbling and rewarding learning experience. Every day I'm learning something new, whether it be about him or about myself. You learn about your areas of of strength. You learn about your opportunities for growth, and you're doing that together. There are some things that you don't realize about yourself until someone else says, hey, did you notice that you do this? Or, hey, I feel blank when you do blank. And you're like, dang, I didn't even know that could be offensive or hurtful. And you find ways to work it out together and to reach that end goal together. On a daily basis, I'm experiencing amazing levels of grace and mercy. There are times when I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. He's like, it's cool. We good. Or just doing things for each other out of the kindness of your heart. Like, hey, I'm going to do this for you because I know it'll make your day easier. Hey, I thought this might be helpful. I went ahead and did this for you. Super good. And then when you take a step back, you're like, wow, like, you don't just love me. Like, you love me, love me. Get marriage counseling. Even if you're not religious, even if you don't go to church every Sunday, even if you only go on Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter, even if you don't go to church, find a seasoned married couple to counsel the two of you. There will be things that they challenge you to think about and conversations that they challenge you to have that you would have never thought about otherwise. And they're all valid things to think about and things that will help you in your future marriage. Not everyone will like your wedding date and your wedding venue. It's either too close to someone's birthday, too close to the holidays. It's scheduled around a time that they plan on going out of the country. Like, it's just never a good time for everybody. But trust that the people who are meant to be there will be there. And at the end of the day, it's your wedding. Let people help you and take them up on their offers. When you tell people that you're engaged and you're planning a wedding, you're getting married, there will be plenty of people who say, let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you need any help. And you probably think they're just saying it to say it, but they mean it. They may be willing to pay for your tickets, for your flights, or your trips. They may be willing to buy decorations. They may be willing to pay for the whole thing. Take them up. Let them know, hey, we still need this if you're willing to help with this. And they might surprise you. Accept help. Accept help. Start intimate. And I don't mean with each other. I mean with your guest list. You are going to be challenged with figuring out who you're going to invite to your wedding. And you probably want to invite everyone. I know a lot of people want to invite everyone, and everyone wants to be invited, but it's not feasible because weddings are not cheap. So when you are making your guest list, start with the people who are closest to you, the people that you know will come, the people that are closest to your heart, and then start to move outward. And then always have a list of people who are, I don't want to say second and third tier, but have those people that you want to invite, but they're not necessarily your closest family, and so they're not able to come. But there will be people who won't be able to come, and you can say, okay, now I can invite so-and-so, or now I can invite this person. Over invite. If you say you're having 150 guests at your ceremony or your reception, invite 170 people, 160 people. Shoot, 151 people. Because like I said, there will be people who cannot come, and you don't want to have a shortage of people or to have wasted money if you have to prepay for your plates, which is the case for most receptions and ceremonies. People won't RSVP no matter how easy you make it. You could pre-stamp the envelope, pre-address the envelope, and they still will not return the RSVP. Oh, I forgot. Girl, you know I was coming. Oh, you wanted me to RSVP? Like, I thought when we had the conversation and you told me you was getting married and I said, oh, I'm going to be there, that you just knew I was going to be there. You figure that one out. People will force their involvement. Most times it's because they love you and they want to help and they want to be involved, and not just because they want to control everything. So in this case, when it's someone that you love and they want to be involved, try to find a way for them to be involved. Whether that's finding something as simple as your champagne glasses or your sparkling cider glasses. Find a way for them to be involved. But if it's someone that you really don't want involved at all, find a loving way to put your foot down and say, hey, thanks, but no thanks. Be in the moment. It flies by. My wedding reception ran from 2 to 6. And those were the fastest hours ever. The moments were definitely captured by an amazing photographer. And those moments I hold true to my heart. But it's like, wow, like this really flew by. So even if you have to go, just like stand to the side and just look at everybody dancing and have a good time, like do it. Take it in. Enjoy it. Embrace every moment. Hire a wedding photographer. I know we have these new 500,000 megapixel phones. Great cameras with focus and triple, quadruple zoom and blah, blah, blah. But hire a wedding photographer. Less stress for you, less stress for your loved one, friends and family that are there to watch and engage and celebrate with you. But a photographer who is hired to take the photos, that's their focus. They're focused on capturing those really special moments, making sure they have the right lighting, the right angles, and editing, and then providing that all to you. So hire a wedding photographer if you can. That's all I have for today. Thank you again for watching. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone else that it would help, go ahead and share this video with them.